All right, y'all, I'm live. I am live. Let me turn up my gain a little bit. Now, what I did is I turned down. I usually don't do this late at night. This is super, super late. I'm supposed to be in bed, getting on my express bus, but I just wanted to do a little briefing. Um, I've been working on a lot of different things, man, and you guys are gonna start seeing some things that are really, really. I think I'm really gonna be stretching the limit to try to really just give everybody the best of my ability. And so if anybody hasn't been, um, taking heed to like the digital journals, but everything, they're not so much as rants. They're just like little updates and bits and pieces. I think I need to tighten up a little bit because I'm. It's been a year into this being Black and IT channel that I've been really like posting stuff and going live, and I'm still kind of getting used to it and everything. Like I was telling a guy the other day, I've been working remote for a while, so I'm not used to having my personal space you know, uh, kind of upended. I use that term. Now I'm telling y'all violated. I'm not used to that. I'm used to giving people their personal space, and I'm used to having my personal space. And when you're working remote, especially black folks, you know, we could do our thing. Um, there was a discussion I had the other day where a guy was saying that people don't be working. Actually, that's not true. People have been very, very productive. They've been happier. When you have happier employees, you're a lot more productive. So I don't believe the whole, um, well, if you're in office, you're going to be necessarily more productive. The thing is when we start coming around, excuse me, when we start doing our thing and when we're at work, a lot of times we have to deal with work politics and a lot of these microaggressions from race soldiers at work. So you know, like I was telling this dude, I said, man, remote work was not necessarily an option. That wasn't something that I was doing. We didn't really have that at that time. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do, I got to update my YouTube membership. I guess I'll do that tomorrow. Like I said, I have not done a live. It's been a minute since I've done a live, so I'm gonna start doing these a little bit more, y'all. That way you could kind of interact with me, and you could say things, and you could troll if you want to or whatever. The last thing that I did right here on the channel was I start talking about the Minnesota Night scam. That came from a conversation that I was talking with somebody, and we were talking about the culture of the workplace and just the culture in general in Minnesota. Um, we got to Digital Journal 46.5 because I wanted to kind of expound on that a little bit more. We talked about Larceny Larry. That was like a Ed Pearson 6.0 story almost. We talked about my humble beginnings of learning IT in the Minnesota School of Business. And if you guys have not already seen the flagship short of the Foundational Freedmen of America. And as you can see, I say we built this. I've been using AI. Yes, I have. I've been using AI, y'all. I'm telling y'all what I've been doing. I've been using AI. Surprisingly, you probably think, well, yeah, DP don't really like the AI stuff too much. So I've been giving you updates on, my podcast equipment. You have a Foundational Freedman story time that's going to talk about James Fortin, you know. So if anybody hasn't seen that, y'all might want to check that out. The reason why I named the Foundational Freedman um, story times is I wanted to give reverence, respect, honor, and historical context to black folks that we know of within the last couple hundred years. There's been a thing that you've been hearing about a lot, and you guys probably hear it, and we got to cover it because this is technical. It's all social media now. The news don't mean nothing no more. Everybody's on the internet. Like it or not, everybody's on the internet. TV don't mean anything. Ain't nobody watching no damn TV. The people that's on the internet pretty much run the yard. The new black media is pretty much running the yard. Ain't nothing that nobody could do about it. We having discussions that we didn't have before that we should have been had over 35 years ago. That's a good thing. Some people don't like it. Um, some people may not like the platforms. They may not like the people. But the question is it accurate? That's all that's all I really care about. Is what I'm saying accurate, and can you verify it? Is this the same discussion that the average black person is having when they get into a room and they start talking? That's what really matters. Um, I am going to give a detailed analysis on this whole essence thing. This has been a cornerstone flagship of our culture. This is a tech channel, but damn it, this is for the freedmen and for any black person that might be able to use a piece of information that might work for them. And the thing is when you have a culture and when you have a brand that you've been standing up and you've been fighting for every step of the way, if it goes to some other folks, yeah, they might have bought it, but they got to take care of it too. And from a technical standpoint, if y'all look at this, now y'all know how I feel about AI. Y'all know that I'm not a huge fan of where I think it's probably going to be going. But I'm tired of working hard. I work hard on my own businesses or go to the gym. I'm going to work smart. Y'all seen that movie Hard Target with Jean-Claude Van Damme? Damn, working hard. I work hard if I'm doing physical labor. But if I'm in front of this computer, I'm not trying to work hard at all. No, I'm done doing that. Let AI do a lot of it. I'm just going to use my business acumen and my intelligence and charisma. But far as me sitting around chopping up videos left and right all day and all night and all that, man, I'm done with that. I'm about to figure out how to use these damn tools to make things so I can devote my time towards other things, because I'm taking out time of my day putting content together. This is not just content for you guys. I'm working for y'all, of course. But if it can make it look better and it don't look janky and it don't look fake, and it's really from a historical context and a point of reference, that's my main concern. But this is what I found. A lot of black folks, I'm gonna be flat out honest, they went up there, they've been spending their money for decades, and a lot of black folks felt like there was some tethering going on, which is colonization. So basically, you have some people that were in higher positions that were in these large corporate arenas that was getting a big DEI check, which a lot of black folks have been trying to boycott. And y'all know how I feel about that, but so be it. And a lot of black folks were kind of checking these folks' paperwork like, wait a minute, hold on. What's up with you? These things that you're editing and these things you're putting out about our folks is off code as hell. So I went to a sister. They said her last name was Taylor. This sister from the Caribbean that was super on code. She's been running, I think, Essence for a long time. And I want to know that she's been running Essence from 81 to 2000. She's the longest serving and most iconic editor-in-chief, helped Essence become a cultural force for black women, became a symbol of black female empowerment. Now, the people that founded this Essence magazine, the people that founded it was black men. Black men founded it because they wanted to put sisters, and this is in the 70s. This was around a time when you couldn't really be a public sambo and go around bragging about it and undermining black folks. You couldn't tether it up and colonize other black folks in plain view without getting checked. That was a revolutionary time. And I've been learning about that as well. The 70s was a revolutionary time. So you weren't able to really do that to a certain degree. But this sister, Susan L. Taylor, she was running it and doing a good thing. Now, the current person that was running it, and I'll do a deep dive later, but they start hitting it with this Afrofuturism and all this kind of stuff. And it's kind of like, okay, we gonna get, now this was a Target executive. This was a DEI Negro. They got a DEI bag. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I found. This is Brother Chat. I use AI to come up with this stuff. And you could cross-reference it. This is what happened. So We definitely gonna get into that this weekend. Um, I'm gonna take a real deep dive into some things. I'm gonna start talking about digital blackface. Um, I'm gonna start talking about some practice tests that his brother sent me for IT certification programs, and then we're gonna get deep down into this right here. I use Brother Chat for this. So as I told you before, any black person that says that they are a lawyer and they can't get a report based on constitutional and legal imperative, I did this, and all the sources cited right here: Civil Liberties Act of 1988, Indian Claims Commission Act, 60th Statute, 14th Amendment, Regents of the University of California versus Bach, Students for Fair Admission. I mean, we're going to get down into this, man. Because, see, here's the thing. And I want to say this too. A lot of times, now that black folks are pointing this out, what's going on, this cultural colonization that's going on and all this off-coast stuff, and these legendary artists that are saying, hey, man, we ain't represented well. This is because of leadership. I don't believe this is something accidental. You can't take something as a cultural behemoth, if I'm saying it right, behemoth of something like Essence, and ruin this accidentally. I don't believe you can do that. And you have all these legendary artists that's saying, hey, man, this ain't right. You had folks like NDI calling this out a long time ago. You're like, okay, black folks basically said, okay, this is it. And my thing is, at this point, y'all can just have it. You can just have it. But we're gonna have to start, since we're on social media and we're using these technical platforms, we're gonna talk about it. It's our culture. And as far as gatekeeping, let them have it. It's been done a long time ago. Let them have it. But now, here's the thing: we not gonna play the xenophobic game. Usually, when you start hearing that word, because I couldn't even come home to my wife and say that. Oh, xenophobia. She'd be like, nigga, what kind of nigga did I marry? I couldn't even say that to her, talking about the xenophobia. Usually when you hear that word, that's some intersectional feminist talk. I never even heard that term back in the day when I was coming up. I'm an 80s baby. I'm different. I don't know. But yeah, that's the defense that they're trying to come up with. Nah. Nope. You ain't going to be able to come with that. Because we've been seeing y'all usher these buck-broken Negroes in a couple years ago. And we start to look at who's writing some of the articles and some of these different things. I seen them myself. And when I seen it, I was kind of like, okay, how do they put the buck breaking with the red, black, and green? Where they do that at? You see what I'm saying? Where they do that at? Because see now, and that's why I was saying with the Juneteenth thing, it's like a red, black, and blue, Grace Wisher. Yeah, I know that represents slavery, but a sister tighten up them. She sold that up. Crispus Attucks. I get it. I understand. Yeah, you say, well, you shouldn't be tripping on those colors. You shouldn't be I understand. I do. I really truly do. But damn it, we made it what it is. We made it. We made this country what it is. So we gotta right to claim these things. And when folks are doing stuff like when folks are doing stuff like that, when they're ushering in these things that have nothing to do with our damn community, and you're force feeding it down our throat because you want some corporate bucks, and you start seeing stuff like this. Let me see if I can pull this up, bro. I'll wait. There's something that's been flying around that looks very familiar to me. When I seen AT&T, I said, uh-oh. This reminds me of when in my early comings in the Urban League. And I'm going to break that down too. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to come out with it. At first I was going to be like, I'm going to be, no, man. No, it's been going on too long. We just going to have that conversation. If y'all ain't from our culture and you ain't trying to uphold it, you can say, well, you come from a slave culture, you some slave Negroes. Well, guess what? We're going to have that conversation because y'all about to lose out big. this scam and this this backstabbing culture. No, no. We've been talking about this a long time, and now we're seeing it all over technology. And most folks are just whining about it. They're not really trying to get to what the root of the issue really truly is. See, if we gonna be so-called Pan-African about things or whatever, we gonna have to get stuff in order about that. You ain't gonna be able to, yeah, you ain't just gonna be able to step on culture and then just get away with it. I'll be damned. Not on my watch. Because I've seen it personally on an individual basis. I done seen this shit over 25 years. I done seen this over 25 years. So no, I ain't having it. And I'm an IT person. I'm a tech nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I know how to pull up some receipts. There's some stuff I got. Man, listen. When I was doing my tech training stuff, and you want to talk about some Pan-Africanism, nigga, man, there's some stuff. If you want to talk about some pan scamming, there's some. I might have to. I ain't gonna say the person's name, but I'm gonna say what happened, man. You talk about some scamming niggas. I ain't talking about foundationals. You talking about some scamming niggas out of a certain place in East Africa? Dude, I got some stuff that'll blow you away. I'm wondering, should I put it out? Some people say, well, it would be divisive. Well, hell, they did it. They stole the damn money. I'm the one that had to clean the shit up. Feeding our future ass type niggas. Yeah. I think I'm going to have to do it. Yeah. It's that time, y'all. We got to just get it together. Got to check your cousins. That's all. That's all this is. Unfortunately, it's happening over the damn internet. Unfortunately. Because you couldn't go behind doors and get it straight. You couldn't go behind doors and get it straight. So we just want to straighten you Negroes public. We going to straighten y'all publicly. Since y'all dissing us publicly, we going to straighten y'all publicly. Because yeah, if it don't stop, it's gonna be exposed at the very least. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and tell that story, so y'all know what we dealing with. I've been quiet enough. This shit is sadistic when I'm about to break down to y'all. But it has to be said. It just has to be said. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about some of the forensic tools. I told y'all about that story where I might have broke some hearts, relationships, maybe some divorces, because there were some tools that I got exposed to where I was like, well, should I just make some money with it? And I said, nah, I'm gathering too much evidence on folks' computers and stuff. And that's when MySpace and Facebook and all, I've been able to, so I didn't want to break up no happy home. So we're going to talk about some of those tools that I could have used, and kind of more into why I didn't really want to get into it or whatever. We're going to kind of break down and analyze this sister that I posted where she talked about the law degree, having a master's degree, and how she did not benefit from DEI. There's a couple other things that I might cover as well. So yeah, this is my first late night live before Grand Rising. I might do a little mini series of that too, but y'all are going to see the Foundational Freedmen of America. I'm still waiting on my homie. They got back from Kenya the other day. He was trying to do some IT stuff out there, but I think he had to come back. So I'm still waiting on his interview. Cyber International, you owe me an interview, man. I'm not going to wait no longer. I'm going to start calling you out publicly too. But anyway, that's my brother. We going to talk, and he's going to break down, because he said he went to Africa and he was trying to get some things going on. But the power grid was kind of janky or something. I don't know what was going. The power grid is something about the power grid. And why he couldn't use the internet long term or whatever, but he had some I'm gonna try to get some footage from him, and we'll promote that brother out there in the diaspora, because I've known that brother a long time. He's solid. He never did no off code shit. So hey, you know, we gonna rock out and promote that brother. We gonna do that on my channel. That's gonna happen. I ain't got no issue with that. We gonna make it happen. We gonna get my brother popping. You know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead and check out some of the old stuff or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down. Eat my Divani's pizza, and I'm gonna post this live in the morning. So y'all take care.